of the participants are here. All are here. Can start a class. No. Anyway, we have a a 2-week Shravana Sadhanam. Sadhanam is a very popular word among the people who are in the pursuit, spiritual pursuit. Very popular word. I am doing sadhana. I have already studied Vedanta. Now I am doing sadhana. It's a very common expression. Even among Swamis in Rishikesh, I hear this often. When I was in Rishikesh, there was a Swami who had stayed in an ashram more than 20 years. He came to me he said he was going to the south, to Kanyakumari. You can't go further south. There's a village called Mahadanapuram, right in Kanyakumari. Very beautiful village. He said he is going to this Kanyakumari. I asked him, for how many days? He said, I'm going for good. From the Himalayas to the other end of the country. That's okay. Here it is mountains, there you are surrounded by ocean. It's also nice. He told me that he is going to do sadhana. His thinking is, he has got all the theories all right, and now he is going to do sadhana. Sadhana means practice. So I couldn't say anything because I was not in a position to advise him. He was older than me. He was a Swami. So I couldn't say anything, but I wished him well. In fact, he wanted some help, and then I made some arrangements for that. What I say, this is a very common thing, very serious thing. I got into a very big discussion with a very popular Mahatma long ago, 50 years ago. And afterwards, I never discussed with anybody on this issue. Because they think there is such a thing as theory and practice. In certain disciplines, such division is there. You have to do it. By reading the book, you don't get it. Like cooking. You have to do it. You must have somebody very sympathetic with you. And you should know how to, before you do Western cooking, anything, you first learn how to make a casserole. Why? Because if the cooking doesn't come well, you can always make a casserole and get away with it, okay? I'm always afraid of this casserole because we don't know when it was cooked, what was cooked, what was the original form, what is happening now. See, throw some cheese, everything is okay. So that's a... So in every culture there is a casserole-like thing. So their theory-practice division is very valid. But our topic is you. You are not theory. You can't practice yourself. What will you do with yourself? You can't practice. Nor you are a theory, you are a person. We can't theorize about you. And therefore, this is something entirely different. Sādhanam means means. Means sadhyate anena. The means by which something is accomplished, it's called sadhana, depending upon what is it to be accomplished. The sadhanam becomes valid. What is to be accomplished? For everything there is sadhana. What is it you are going to accomplish? You want to reduce your weight. What is the sadhanam, the means for this? Walk. Avoid certain types of food. Follow a regimen. You will reduce weight. That is the sadhanam. As I speak, I employ my means of speaking, the means of speaking, organ of speech. Sadhana. To see, my eyes are the sadhanam. To hear, ears are the sadhanam. Depending upon what you want to accomplish, the means is determined. In spirituality, what they call spirituality, I don't use that word, in spiritual pursuits, the end is never clear. Therefore, there are too many means. We are too vague about what we have to accomplish. What is to be accomplished is not very clear. That's why it is open to options. Somebody asked me in the flight when I was coming to America, and this, the flight purser, and having done the job, he came and sat next to me. And he asked me, who are you, what it is. And he said, so what is your thing? Which he is already following a path. What is your path? Somebody asked me, what's your trip also? What's your trip? Somebody asked me that also. I answered him. My trip is to New York, I told him. So this you get this kind of, because people are very sure there are many paths. There are so many options. America is a country of choices, opportunities and choices. Everything is open to choice. Years ago, I received an invitation to come to a Kumbh Mela, Sadhu's Kumbh Mela in Oregon. They were organizing a Kumbh Mela. Different gurus come and open their shops. You can come and open your own shop, your own booth. And then people will come and choose the gurus. And I was invited, so I didn't apply for it. And they put a price on it also. So after all, if you want to have your own booth, you have to pay. So we pay them so much money, and the different Swamis all can go and sit there, and then they can have the literature, whatever, and let the people come and make their own choice. They wrote like that. We are expecting 50,000 people visiting this place. And they will choose their own gurus. And the man who wrote also, he was organizing, was a guru. The broad-minded guru. Really speaking, he wanted to make some money out of this. But in all this, there is a certain seriousness. Because people are convinced that there are many ways, many paths. Goal is the same. I don't know what is the goal. They've got some idea what is that goal. And therefore, it's this pursuit is fraught with a lot of options, choices. One thing in life, one truth is, the more you come to know about a topic, less are your choices. If you want to eat, food based upon this health food awareness, they have some certain ideas, even though nobody has the last word. But there is certain awareness. If you want to eat according to that, your choices are not too many. If you want to live a life of dharma, you don't have many options. options all disappear. The more you are clear, so the clarity of a topic blots away the seeming options, too many options. That means when there are many choices, there is a lot of confusion also. A topic not understood alone lends itself to choices. It's amazing. In this pursuit, Shravanam is sādhanam. Shravanam means literally listening. Enquiry. Inquiry into this subject matter. Into those words and sentences that unfold this subject matter. With the help of somebody who had similar help from somebody, who had help like this. With help, you inquire into the words and sentences which go under the name Vedanta. Is called Shravanam. It's not listening really. That is Shravanam. It is sadhanam. It is the means. The end being what it is, this is the means. Like to see me, you have no choice. How many choices you have got? In seeing, you don't have choice. You have to use your eyes. The eyes are defective, finished, over. You have to repair the eyes. You wear glasses, do whatever. You are not given a choice. If I say, oh, you have to use only eyes to see, I am not a fanatic. That's not fanaticism. That's how it is. The setup is like that. You have to use your ears to hear. Because these are all means of knowing, seeing, hearing. You have no options. Suppose what I have to know, the subject matter of Vedanta, because it is a matter of knowing. There is no doing involved. Where there is doing, knowing and doing both are involved. Like cooking. You need to know how to cook a recipe, and you have to do it also. Knowing and doing. Just to do it doesn't exist at all. Even though it is in a commercial. Just do it. Don't think twice. If you want to buy, buy. Just do it. Burn some money. Have a pair of shoes. Nike advertisement. Nike or Nikki? Nike. Just do it. Amazing. Every doing is knowing involved. But where you have to know, there is knowing involved. Just knowing is involved. Suppose what do you want to be? Is what you are already. Whatever you want to be in life. Suppose happens to be what you are. There is no becoming involved. You are already. You can become an engineer, you can become a doctor, you can become a lawyer. There is some learning is involved here. Certain additional qualification is involved. So you have to become a lawyer means you have to sign up, become a student, you have to study, you have to think in terms of law. for a length of time, then you become a lawyer. Lawyer means not that all the laws are in your head. You know which book to consult where. You know, you have the infrastructure, how to go about. You are a lawyer. There is a process of learning is involved, therefore you may use the word becoming. No problem. You can use the word. There is a process of learning. You say, I will become a lawyer. I will become an engineer. I will become a doctor. I will become a yoga teacher. If you learn enough asanas, you become asana teacher, called a yoga teacher nowadays. Yoga teacher means asana teacher. And something else also they add. So you can become a yoga teacher. There is a becoming involved. Suppose you are, what do you want basically? You want to be, suppose, free from becoming. That is not going to be becoming. You want to be free from becoming, from the process of becoming. You always want to become somebody. You give up something, add something, give up something, add something, give up something, add something. Add little more, add little more. You keep on snowballing. It's a process of becoming. That's what one has been in life. That's unavoidable, that is what it is, living. But it is from childhood up to any point in life, it is one of becoming. In the process, one becomes old. Now, what is becoming? No more becoming. There is also becoming. Again, you become older. Becoming. You become older. So there is always becoming. So what is it that I want? Is there an end in life? Achieving which I need not struggle to become any further. Is there anything achieving which I need not become further? There is not going to be another becoming. Let us look at it just an assumption, the other way. Suppose I am what I want to be. I want to be free from insecurity. That is what you are. Security is your nature. I want to be free from being small, insignificant. You are free from being small and insignificant. You are the only significant person. Not one among the many significant people. You are the significant only person. Really? Yeah. I can say the same thing, you can say the same thing, everybody can say the same thing. But with reference to oneself, one is the significant, the most significant, the only significant. Everything else gains significance because of you. This is you. If that is the thing, I want to become that. That's not becoming. You are. You don't become significant. You are already. If I am already, how come I don't know that? You need to know. Need to know. So here, the problem itself is self-disowning. The solution is self-owning. Self-owning up is nothing but seeing myself as I am, dropping all my wrong notions. So that is the subject matter of Vedanta. So when I look into those words of Vedanta, I am not looking into a book. I am looking into myself. This is sādhanaṃ. So with the help of a teacher, when I look into those words, because these words require to be looked into with some expertise, with some help, who is not a special person, who had help before. So it is a parampara. It's a tradition. Not that one single person becomes a special person and all others are less people, less gifted. It's not like that. These words need to be handled, otherwise they are words. Handled, they become magic. They are magical. They need to be handled. And therefore, the word shravanam implies looking into those words with the help of someone who had similar help. Acharyavan. Acharyavan Purushaha Veda. The one who has the teacher would know this. That means that the other person also had teachers. So it's a question of handling these words, and while one is listening to these words, one is employing a means to know, to be, to own. Therefore, Shravanam, Vedanta Shravanam is sādhanam. It's a serious sadhanam, understand? Vedanta Shravanam is sadhanam. It's a means. This is not theory. You can't say that I had enough theory, I want some practice. What are you going to do? Practice, sit upon Atma. Some hatching will take place. And therefore we will have these 2 weeks Shravana sadhanam. When we raise a question and answer, which is pertaining to what is being taught in the book itself, then that is a part of Shravanam. If it is a question from outside the topic, some contentions which are different from what Vedanta says, then when we examine those contentions and see how they are not true, they are not. If you see the fallacy in the arguments leading to contra-contentions, then that is called a mananam. We will do that also. If you sit quietly and see what we have taught, what we have come to understand, highlight with the help of words, without help of words, what we have understood, then that becomes contemplation. That's automatic. Takes place all the time. Shravana, and that we can sit and do also. Shravana, manana, nididhyasana. This is the sādhanam. Shravana sādhanam, manana sādhanam, nididhyasana sādhanam. This is what is called Vedanta sadhana. Then to listen to Vedanta there is adhikari sadhana. To become an adhikari, to become the qualified, eligible student to gain that maturity. Then the whole life is a sadhana. How do you live your life? Prayer, different forms of prayer, puja, japam, all disciplines, all become sadhana. Called avantara sadhana. We need all of them. That is called sadhana. Therefore, main sadhana is shravanam. This is the main sadhana. So we will see how it works, etc. I will further talk about it tomorrow, then we will proceed. So we are taking a text called Aparoksha Anubhuti, attributed to Shankara. A lot of things are attributed to Shankara. Maybe some other Shankaracharya, but it is an interesting text, again and again, sort of a very contemplative text. So it's a kind of sadhana, shravana sadhana. It will be good to listen to that. The Vedanta, the essence of Vedanta. Vedanta means studying Upanishads, and these are all drawn from the Upanishads. So as good as studying Upanishads. So it is Vedanta sadhana. So we'll look into that tomorrow. Then you have a text, Panchadashi. There is a very important book for understanding Vedanta, the mission of Vedanta, what is unfolded in Vedanta. We have this book of 15 chapters and very great mind. Vidyaranya. He had a book in everything, in every subject matter, and grammar and everything. Vidyaranya. His contribution is this Panchadashi. And so that will be one chapter. The third chapter dealing with this again, dealing with this Panchakosha. We have universally we commit mistake. There is a universal mistake. Generally when you commit a mistake, it's not that universal, but here this is universal. And at 5 levels we commit mistakes. Therefore they are called 5 koshas. And it is discussed in the Taittiriya Upanishad. That topic is discussed in the 3rd chapter of Panchadashi. Very elaborate discussion. So we will have that also, Aparokṣa Anubhuti and Panchadashi. Tattvavidananji will take Panchadashi, I will take Aparokṣa Anubhuti. So you are in for a real Shravana. Then we have chanting, we have yoga, everything. 2 weeks you have a busy retreat, You have a busy, quiet retreat, okay? Make use of it. And we'll see tomorrow. There's a meditation class also. Meditation generally starts in the morning. You start the day with meditation. And here there is puja at 5:36. Then this will be at 7 o'clock. So Shuddhatma must have given you. So 7 to 7:30. We'll come here and quietly we sit. So when I come, don't get up, just be sitting. In every class also, you need not get up. Sit down. See, we get up and again sit down. It will take another 3 minutes, okay, to settle down. So you come and settle down and sit quietly, and you need not get up. That's not a necessity. And you quietly sit down and then we will join you. I think that's a good habit. We need not get up. See, some chanting also. So, whatever we chant here will be taught to you, and you can learn the meaning of that also. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityor ma amritangamaya, purnat purnamudachyate, purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.